Hey everyone, it's Julie. I have a quick thought for you today about finding some quiet in the midst of our busy lives. Even summer can be really busy, almost busier sometimes, can't it? Because we maybe don't have the routines of the fall and winter. But I think it's a good thought to revisit at times, to think about where we find some quiet moments, not only for our physical bodies and our outer lives, but for our inner spirits as well. I have a short reading to share with you, writing by mystic and theologian Howard Thurman, where he writes of the contemplative practice of making time for what he called centering down. How good it is to center down, to sit quietly and see oneself pass by. The streets of our minds seethe with endless traffic. Our spirits resound with clashings, with noisy silences, while something deep within hungers and thirsts for the still moment and the resting lull. The questions persist. What are we doing with our lives? What are the motives that order our days? What is the end of our doings? And where are we trying to go? Over and over, the questions beat in upon the waiting moment. As we listen, floating up through all the jangling echoes of our turbulence, there is a sound of another kind, a deeper note which only the stillness of the heart makes clear. It moves directly to the core of our being. Our questions are answered, our spirits refreshed, and we move back into the traffic of our daily round with the peace of the eternal in our step. How good it is to center down. I find his words so helpful, and I admit I don't always do so well at having regular practices of having some quiet in the morning, or stepping out of my workday and taking a couple deep breaths, or at night kind of settling down before I go to bed. And it makes me pause and wonder, as Thurman and others write, how do I want to live so I can live who I want to be? I think it's only in those quiet times where our minds can quiet down and we can finally hear our hearts and spirits speak. We can finally get a sense of God's presence. We can maybe finally hear words in our mind and heart from God that we need to hear, some words of guidance or encouragement, words reminding us how loved we are. So today I encourage you, whether you find these spots in times in nature and your mind just quiets and your heart opens, or if you have a room or a chair in your house where you go for some quiet time, for some deep breathing, to meditate. I encourage you to find those times, of peace and centeredness and groundedness and connection with God. Because I think when we do that, we're refilled, we're refreshed, we're reminded who we are, so that we can go back out into the world and be who we're made to be, those agents and conduits of God's love and presence, of help and healing for the world around us. So find some times to center down, to be still, to rediscover your inner self and that presence of Christ within you. I hope you find some moments to do that in the coming days. Blessings on your journey. Thanks for checking in our Looking Within Center page, and I hope to see you again soon.